Hey guys, and welcome back to Tribe Talks, the podcast that seeks to bridge the gap between entry-level creatives, professionals, and the industry's best under 25. Right now, you're joined by me, Dylan, Maniade, and the NM. I, myself, am my director. I'll let these two introduce themselves.
Hey, yo, so I'm Manny once again. I do podcasts and other extra stuff as you guys will get to know as the time goes by.
Is it my turn? Oh, damn. My name is Enam. I make weird things with cameras, specifically photography and videography, but it's always different. Yeah, I like to stand out.
Easy.
Yeah, so, we're just basically here to have a conversation. One thing I've been thinking about for the last kind of week, in general, it's actually based off of a post by Gary Vaynerchuk, if you guys know
Gary
that guy.
V.
Yeah,
Gary V. Yeah. He must have made a post, I think.
Online Jesus.
Yeah.
Online Jesus.
No, but he made a post kind of talking about how laziness is a good thing. Yeah. And that got me thinking. I was like, I know a lot of us as creatives deal with laziness.
Okay.
So just kind of wanted to know what you guys were thinking.
Wait, hold
about
on. I didn't see this video, so I need context. What do you mean? How is laziness?
So I think the premise of the video was he was just saying that laziness is generally an indicator that what you're doing currently isn't where you're supposed to be.
Okay.
But I also wanted to just kind of explore that in different ways, because when I saw it, I was kind of two ways about it. Like, I love the guy, but I was two ways about it, because I was like, you know what? Laziness sometimes, like, when you judge it the wrong way and when you don't actually see it as like a motivating factor, laziness can just keep you in a rut for time.
Yeah, of course.
You could just be stuck for time.
That's how I understand it. I'm thinking, how is laziness?
But I liked his kind of perspective that laziness, if you identify it correctly and you actually like are self-aware, it can help you figure out maybe where you're supposed to be in life.
Okay.
And so like I just wanted to see what you guys were thinking about that.
I mean, you got anything to say?
You go
So like...
While you guys are talking, I'll find the video as well.
Yeah, please help me with that video, because I need a bit more context. But I mean, if he's saying basically using it as an indicator to be aware of where you are, so obviously there are times where you may be on a high and you're doing what you need to do, you're productive, you're creative, your creativity is just booming. Obviously that's great, but then obviously there's some times where you have your lows. So if you're aware enough to know, okay, laziness is kicking in, so it's now time to have things in place to make sure that, this doesn't settle in and becomes a, you know what I'm saying? Then I understand that, but I wouldn't say personally, I wouldn't say laziness is a good thing. I'll never be like, I wake up in the morning and be like, I want to be lazy. Like, even if I'm currently lazy, it's like I'm fighting to break out of the laziness, because I know where laziness takes me. And is definitely in a good spot creatively, mentally, and that all affects when mentally as a creative as well. Yeah. If you're not mentally where you're mentally good up, whatever you wanna, however you wanna describe it, it affects your work. It affects your work rate. It affects how you work. You know what I'm saying, the actual product. So I don't know. Laziness to me, I'll never attribute it as a good thing.
For me, it's weird because naturally, like I'm a spontaneous person, innit? Yeah. So for me, like my spontaneity English, you know the words.
Spontaneity.
When I meet with my laziness, it kind of gets me to the point where it's like, cool, I know I need to do this, but I'm trying to like find a workaround to do it in a faster and less, time costing way. And sometimes that can lead you to come up with new creative. It's like you could find a way to edit something, There could be a much harder way to do it and a more time consuming way. But because you're lazy, you kind of like try to find like a hack in order to make it.
Yeah, because what's funny about that is it's like basically leveraging laziness, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
because what's funny about that is the day I started to actually like, because I edit on Premiere Pro, so the day I actually decided to be like, you know what, I know Premiere Pro has shortcuts. Let me actually figure out how to use them. Yeah, that was the day. I was too lazy. By that point, I was like, you know what, I've got so much. Like when you have to do a task repeatedly, you get bored, innit? You get and you start to get lazy, and like you no longer want to do it. And for me, the day I decided, the day I was like, you know what, today I can't be bothered to have to go through all these long steps, was the day I actually decided, you know what, let me just try and figure out how this whole Premiere Pro shortcuts works. So in that sense, I'll say that's how if you leverage it.
Okay,
if you know
okay,
about
okay.
leveraging it. But anyway, before I speak,
Nah, that makes
let me,
sense.
Let me just show you guys.
Yeah.
Because it's a
let me show you
lazy
guys-
thing to use shortcuts, but
Yeah.
In that
Saves you
context.
time. Yeah.
that-
But let
that
me
makes sense.
let me actually show you guys the video, and then let me know what you think.
I actually think being lazy is a good thing. What? Let me explain. I think quote unquote laziness can have a more thoughtful conversation of actually, is it laziness or are you showing yourself that you don't like that thing and it becomes a mechanism to self-awareness?
I think it's that. I
Me-
think it's
me
that
too.
that you don't like that thing, I think.
Me too.
Yeah.
I get an incredible thrill, deep, inherent happiness from getting into a car on a 6 a.m. on a Saturday and going to find something to buy for $3 and sell for 100. School, I hated. I am lazy around housework, around logistics. I think we need to stop apologizing for being lazy, all of us, which is probably subconsciously why I don't talk about it. And we need to use it as an indicator of I don't like that thing, this job, this relationship, this school, this startup, and then use it as a starting point to try something else on the side that eventually can become your thing, and you can stop doing that thing that you're quote unquote lazy about.
Makes
So, Manny,
sense,
with,
yeah.
with that context, has your opinion changed?
Yeah, so now now I get it. Again, with more context and backing it, so I understand that. But personally, as well, I still personally wouldn't use the word lazy. Like I would find an alternative because when you start using